Hey, Craft Reddick's in the house. I was in my house. Now I'm in your house. Wow, you got some nice stuff. All right, man. So today we're going to do a resin pour. Can you believe it? I'm pretty excited. I picked that up at the dollar store. I'll be using this silicone mold I got from this gentleman, Spidermaf. Thank you, Spidermaf. I'll also be using this silicone mold I got when I started doing polymer clay. See, I got this little cap for measuring. I got a little cup for mixing. I got a little glove that won't fit my hand. I got half a popsicle stick because why waste a whole popsicle stick? All right, let's get started. I've watched a lot of videos, seen a lot of resin pours, never done it. So, of course, I'm an expert. Let's knock this out. Not sure why I left this in the video. Hey guys, if you've ever wondered how to open up a bottle that had a little seal on it, so yeah, mix this thing up and down like that for like 5 minutes. I think that's what the directions said. Either way, that was mixed. Pretty convenient that it had this little pour spout on here. I used kind of the top line inside that screw top bottle as my measuring line. I looked all over the place for like a measuring cup or a little spoon or something that I could sacrifice, and I had nothing. And it's crazy because I've been to the dollar store a million times. I could have bought a million of those things. But anyway, mix. I mixed it for a good 5 minutes. Just to be on the safe side, I think I mixed it another minute after I was done. And here we go. First resin pour ever. Amazing. I kind of decided to work quick. I had really no idea how long it was going to take to set up. I've watched some resin pours where that stuff was set in like 5 minutes. So, no need to rush. Because, yeah, it took like 24 hours to cure. But yeah, in my rush, I overfilled all the molds pretty nicely. They're all domed over. I couldn't believe how cool this came out. This was actually a 48-hour pot time that I decided on. I don't know. I don't think you get to decide that. But yeah, it was 48 hours, and let's see what we got here. Come on, man. Get out of your home. Come see the outside world. Let it go, man. Black. Okay, cool. Yeah, I was pretty pleased right away. It came out good. Of course, like I said, I overfilled it. I overfilled all these molds. This is a study on how to overfill molds, this whole video. Well, not the whole video. Like, when I get to the end, the last time I do a pour, I think I got it about perfect. I guess I'll let you be the judge. Leave your judgments in the comments down below. So obviously I had a lot of extra resin. This is how I used it. I kind of wish I would have been more careful and not mix so much resin, because I don't know what I'm going to do with all these little seahorses and sand dollars and shells and stuff. I mean, they're cool, but, they're going to live in the baggie they're in until the day I die. I suppose I could decorate a little kid's jewelry box with them. Maybe I'll decorate their cake. That'll take care of their tooth. So if you've seen any of my old videos, these are the good clippers, but I really wasn't worried about them getting messed up from resin. And I was right. They didn't get messed up from the resin. The thing that really struck me about this resin is, it was from the dollar store. It should have been the consistency of, I don't know, pudding or something, but it's not. It's strong. It took filing, it took sanding, it took drilling. Like a pro, like every other resin I've ever seen. So the lesson there is, I don't know if there's a lot of difference in the price with resins, but get the cheap stuff. Apparently it's awesome. So yeah, drilling. I drilled half a hole through this guy. Well, it's a hole. It's not half a hole. And then I hit it with some black primer, just on the front, not on the back. I didn't want to mess up my hole. I measured it perfectly. And I'm just going to glue in some magnets. But first, I need to paint. So this is a trick I learned from the mini painter guys. They always have some kind of little handhold, and I've seen a cork used. I had a cork. I used said cork. And then, yeah, just some masking tape. And I'm painting it silver, so I got the black undercoat. Black undercoat looks great on silver. Pro tip. But Andy Mecha's the pro. He's the one that told me that one. But yeah, came out nice. So on to pour number 2, Resin Pour Boogaloo. I straight jacked this dip powder from my wife. This is a kind of a nail product where you put some goop on your nail, dip it into this powder, then hit it with the UV. It goes solid and looks awesome. And this, you can't call it pigment because it's powder, but it's strong. Like, it dominates. Like, that's even too much red right there. It's a nice red, though. I didn't mind. But you'll see when I use the blue here, it is strong stuff. So if you're looking for a good kind of really tiny powder, I mean, this stuff is tiny, tiny, for a good price in a million different colors, I recommend this dip powder. I mean, I think that little jar was $10, but it probably could have been $6. I'm sure they got stuff on sale and the cheap stuff and everything. Look into it. It's called dip powder. So I poured what I wanted with the red. Ooh. And then I added in the blue. I was going for a purple, but look at that. I mean, it's almost black. And I mean, it's purple, and you get some backlight on it. It's definitely purple, like the kind of grape popsicles from when you were a kid purple. And yeah, I wish I would have used like almost none of it, just a taste. It would have been perfect. But anyway, I'm getting the magnets ready. So I'm scuffing them up real good because I'll be super gluing them, and you got to have some kind of tooth. It helps. How many times have you had a cheap magnet on your fridge and you pulled it off and the magnet was still sitting there? It's because they didn't use any tooth. Didn't have any grip. It gave up the goat. Yeah, hey, look at that. Little silver fridge magnet. Only took me 3 hours to make. And yeah, all the tooth you want, you still got to let it dry. Oopsies. Yes, I did do some touch-up painting. But yeah, the magnets were cool. You know, it wasn't that hard to do or anything, but I thought I'd shortcut it. So on that second pour, I waited about, I don't know, 8 hours or so and just dropped some magnets right into a couple of them. And man, they sank right to the bottom. Like, I kind of tapped it to see, and it was really gummy. I thought it would just float, but nope, right to the bottom. Yeah, boo. I was pretty disappointed by that, but you know, once I realized that the other side, the kind of domed over side, looked pretty cool, I just went with that. And yeah, I mean, that magnet is stuck in there for sure. All right, time for the third and final pour. This time I'm using a golden glitter dip powder. I'm kind of digging past the solid layer of glitter to get some of the powder. Plenty of glitter in there, as you shall see. And yeah, just used about the same amount as I used on that red. I wanted it to dominate, and it did. So that little sun had a dent in it at the top, so I filled that with the gold and the spaceship with the gold. And I wanted to get like a really good one off of this blue mold. So I'm using the pineapple, and I think it came out great. I'm adding just a little bit of blue there. I was kind of going for an aqua, and it came out aqua-ish. That's a color, right? Aqua-ish. I used the aqua mixture on the little robot, and then I hit the jaunty little hat on the top of the pineapple with it as well. I mean, I know those things aren't teal or aqua, but I wasn't going to try to steal green dip powder from my wife. I was already kind of living on the edge with what I grabbed. And I just kind of poured it in slowly and kind of tried to push it down into the body a little bit so there was a blending. Came out great. Wait till you see that thing. And yeah, I didn't overmix too much resin this time, so I didn't have a ton left over. I was kind of worried the way his left leg looks, or I guess his right leg, our left. It looks like there's barely anything there, but I don't know. The mold just kind of came over the top of it, and it has a real leg. And it looks really fabulous. Look how all the glitter settled to the bottom. This dude is ready to partay. We're going to see him in Studio 54 raising the roof. Well, maybe not raising the roof. I don't think they did that in the 70s. But yeah, same deal with Little Spaceship. All the glitter came to the bottom, or I guess the front. And look at the pineapple. Yeah. This is the reward my wife gets for letting me use her dip powder. I gave her the pineapple. Hey. Don't read into it like that. I literally gave her the pineapple. I didn't, like, give her the pineapple. You know what I mean? So anyway, yeah, you can still see the magnet through there, but it was mostly covered by that gold resin. And hey, look, it's the thumbnail. Just finishing these guys off with a few magnets. Went with the same, I guess, technique that I did on that first pour. It seems like the best thing to do. I don't know if there's any way to control how far the magnet will sink into the resin. You gotta be some kind of pro for that. That ain't me. I mean, I'm an expert, but I'm not a professional. You know what I mean? I did some ASMR videos about 6 months ago, and I'm still never sure I'm going to do a voiceover, even though I always do a voiceover, but I kind of write it out now. So yeah, thank you, Spidermaf. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. I got so excited and motivated by that, and I had a lot of fun with this project. I mean, who wouldn't have fun with this? This is good stuff. So you can see all the little magnet guys are stuck to the base of secret upcoming project, which I will not mention, but it's going to be awesome. And it's going to be my next video, so please make sure you subscribe to check that out. I'm not going to give you any hints, but it's definitely my coolest build. And hey, whack the like button. Thanks.